or welcome back to my channel Learn with Virali. I'm Virali, your guide on this PMP adventure. If you are new to my channel, I'm Virali, a certified PMP professional helping people to pass their PMP exams on the very first try. So if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, make sure to subscribe as it helps me to create these kind of videos and offer help to the community. In today's video, we are going to practice another set of 10 questions from Agile Project Management. So let's get started. Okay, so before you start looking at this video as a solution, please try to download the PDF of those 10 questions from the description below and solve it yourself, and then come back to this video again to check if you have done it right or not. So for question 1, the question is, which of the following would not be a success strategy on an agile project? Let's look at the options. Options are watch and listen, get feedback, invent rather than research, and then the last option is retain the best talent. Let us go by eliminating the wrong option choices. Moving on, the question is asking not a success strategy. So that's where we need to understand, we need to keep in mind this keyword not. All these are success strategies like watch and listen, which gives us a clear understanding of what the client wants. So this is definitely going to be eliminated as far as this question is concerned. Getting feedback, again, that's a way any agile project succeeds. So this is not the right option choice for this question. And then we have invent rather than research. No, this would be the correct option choice as per my understanding, as invent rather than research would also be known as the failure mode. It's not a success strategy. So the correct answer for this particular question is option number C, invent rather than research. Let's see the second question. Second question is asking, Kaizen is a Japanese word that means continuous improvement, quality improvement, product improvement, or people improvement. So Kaizen is a Japanese term that makes us understand that it is talking about continuous improvement in regards to any particular project. So that is going to be the right option choice for this particular question. This is the most seen question during your PMP exams. So make sure you remember these keywords or the terms. If you are struggling in remembering these keywords, make sure you make notes over, let's say, Excel or maybe your own notebook that you can refer on before the day of your exam. So basically, Kaizen is a Japanese term meaning continuous improvement. It actually emphasizes on small incremental changes over time rather than it doing certain kind of researches. So Japanese people do prefer doing continuous improvement by making certain changes over time. Okay, let's look at question number 3. In an agile improvement process, what comes after develop? Please pause and try to solve this question on your own, or if you have already solved it, let's discuss. Either it's learn, plan, evaluate, and do. So once you are into an agile project and once you finish up with the development, the next part comes is to give it to the stakeholders or the clients to review it. So that's where they end up evaluating it, whether it is actually working as per their expectations or not. So the correct answer over here is going to be evaluate. Option number C. Question number 4. What should the project team do after creating the first value stream map? Option A, develop a plan to implement fixes. Option B, create a new map with the desired improvement. Option C, display the stakeholders. And option D, review to find waste. Whenever you are solving these kind of questions in regards to what should be done next, you have to understand what have been done at the moment. So right now you have created your first value stream map. So the next thing that comes up is to actually find out if there are any bugs, if it needs to be improved in a way, like if there are any things that are remaining as per the communication that had happened before. So it is you who have to find out if there is any kind of a waste. Now waste typically talks about having to deal with certain defects or misunderstandings due to which certain things are missed while you develop that particular map, or if there are any things that have to be revisited again based on the understanding for that particular deliverable. So that's where the correct answer over here would be to review and find waste. So you have to understand if there is any map, like if there is any waste in the current map that you have created, so that they can create a new map for whatever improvements are then desired. So option number B and option D come very close to this question, but option B won't be marked as the right option choice, as that is the next step after you review and find out the waste. Okay, so question number 5. What is the term for the type of an agile meeting where the team looks at the possible things that can cause failure of the project in future? Option A, stand-up meeting. Option B, pre-mortems. Option C, sprint planning meeting. And option D is sprint review meeting. Now, all of us are familiar with the first 3 option choices like stand-up meeting, sprint planning meeting, and sprint review meeting. So what happens in that stand-up meeting is it's around 15 minutes of the daily stand-up that we do, wherein we talk about what did we do yesterday, if we had any impediments, and what are the plans for today. So that is something that happens during the stand-up meeting. If we talk about sprint planning meeting, is where we get the sprint backlog as the output of the sprint planning meeting, wherein we decide or prioritize that these are the features that will be delivered in sprint number 1, these are the features that will be delivered in sprint number 2, and so on. So that is what happens during the sprint planning meeting. Talking about sprint review meeting is the deliverable that you deliver it to the stakeholders or the clients who review the work, and then they either accept it or reject it based on their requirements. So that is something that happens during the sprint review meeting. Now if we talk about pre-mortems, pre-mortem is a kind of a meeting that looks at the possible things that can cause failure during the project before they even take place. So the correct answer over here is going to be pre-mortems. Question number 6. A retrospective should be done when? Before each release, before each iteration, or after each iteration, or after each release. Retrospectives are generally done after each iterations, and that is the meeting that usually lasts for about 2 hours or so. So the correct answer over here is going to be after each iteration. Question number 7. Which of the following drives the need to replan agile projects? Uncertainty, lack of team understanding, lack of team commitment, lack of stakeholder commitment. We have to understand here that they are talking about agile projects. In agile projects, you will never have a predefined project management plan, unlike predictive or traditional project management or traditional projects, like they do have everything pre-planned at the very start of the project. But in agile projects, this is not the scenario. So you plan as you go. Once the minimum viable product is accepted, the next entire project planning starts. So uncertainty is something that would cause to replan the entire project. There are a lot of uncertainties in the agile project as nothing is predefined, unlike traditional projects. So the correct answer over here is going to be uncertainty. Question number 8. What agile method would allow stakeholders to write the most valuable features of a particular product? Estimated, prioritizing features, prune the product tree, and design the product box. Here you have to think from a stakeholder's perspective, that if you were a stakeholder and if you are having a team of developers who are developing the product that you have designed in your mind, then which are the features that you would be choosing most valuable on? So you would be basically designing something like a product box. That's where you would have an understanding that these are the priority features that need to be delivered first, and then the rest development can go on. So that's where the correct answer over here is design the product box. Question number 9. Retrospectives is a time box activity that should take no more than how much time? Is it 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, or 1 day? Retrospectives is a kind of a meeting that happened to understand what went right, what went wrong for that particular iteration or the sprint that we were executing on. so that we can apply these improvements and learnings on towards the next sprint to make it more smoother and more easier to navigate. So the retrospectives usually last for about 2 hours. So 2 hours is going to be the right option choice for this particular question. Question number 10. What is it called when the time it takes to complete a given task is estimated as if there were no interruptions or unplanned events? That is a free time, clear estimation, idle time, or lead time. Now, here is a hypothetical situation wherein there are no disruptions or no interruptions that are happening for completing that particular activity, and that kind of estimation is usually nothing but an ideal time. That is, everything works as expected without any disruptions. So the correct option choice here would be the ideal time. Also remember to subscribe to my channel in case if you have not subscribed, as it helps me to create more such kind of videos and offer help to the community.